Hey YouTube, I'm back with another video. Sorry, the Saturday video didn't happen, but last week's work week was kind of ridiculous. But onto a video that's been sitting in this book as a title for a while. I just hadn't decided to go into it yet. But then after a trip to Miami, it resurfaced itself and just rose back to the top of the needed to be talked about list of things that need to be talked about. So, you may question, if you know me, if you're one of the people that do know me, why there's a hate under the word love in the title Why I Love Hate Music. And that's because of a lot of factors. Listening to it versus performing it versus what it does to and for me, and etc., etc. I'm going to go into details alright about now. So, alright. I love music because, one, I got into music all the way back in elementary school. Piano, then drums, then in middle school I got tuba, and then after, for a high school graduation present I wanted a bass guitar, and I got a bass guitar. So, I like playing instruments. It does bring me joy to a certain extent. But then there comes the learning how to play instruments. And that's where part of the hate comes from. I fit into the one of two categories that musicians fit into. The people that can play and read it by, just reading the sheet music and picking it up and just generally knowing what they do and how to do it because of studying the music itself and the notes and etc. And then there's the people that play it by ear that generally don't need to or choose not to know what note is this. Like, people can know the bass notes. People that play by ear do know the bass notes, but it's less likely that they read or know how to read sheet music for the various instruments and just naturally have the ability to play the instrument and find a groove and find their place in a song just from paying attention and playing it by ear. I fall into the play by ear category, which I have had some controversy about in the past. A lot of people claim that you need to learn it to play it by sheet. You need to learn the notes and everything. And I'm like, I'm alright. I don't specifically want to go that hard into it, but I do know that you do have to take your time to know the notes. Reading the sheet music is a different story, and to each their own, but I do understand the necessary need for knowing the notes themselves. Like where they are and how to make the sound of said note on an instrument. But the people that read it by sheet and the people that know the scales up and down, back and forth, I've had some people in my life that look down on me or don't regard my knowledge of the craft because I know it that way, rather than saying, oh, you gave me a sheet and I know what this is and I know what this song is. I know how to play this song, what tempo and pacing and all of that good stuff. And that just, for a while, made me sour about music, because you telling me that a art form and that an expression of self has to be done and learned a certain way to be done properly. And one of the biggest factors in my life that made me sour to music was my uncle, because my uncle is here, I want you to know the notes back and forth and what note equals what, and how to go from note A to note B and how many notes are in between notes, and everything that comes with mastering the sheet music and mastering the location of things on the instrument. Now, I could be just not wanting to learn it, and part of me doesn't want to go into it that in depth because I do have other things in my life that I enjoy. So, sitting and mastering music as a whole is not something I can easily do right now in my life. I enjoy it and I would love to practice it, but the level and to the extreme that it is taken, that people around me want me to learn it, is slightly intimidating, but not necessarily as intimidating as it is frustrating. Because it's like doing math, but someone telling you that your math is wrong, or your math is flaky, or your math is not as reliable if it's not done the way they do math and the way they've been taught math and the way certain people teach certain maths. So it's been a battle of, am I still a musician because I don't do it their way? And do I still have the same level of appreciation for music that I did in the past, even though now I kind of have resentment to the fact that there are like two different sides of music. The you need to learn it by the book in straight narrow path, and the hey, I know how to do music even without formal teaching and a strong sense of this is the way you have to learn how to do the music. So beyond that, I'm pretty gray when it comes to music. I love music. My life is motivated by music. I can be in a bad mood. I can be in a bad mood and put on some music and completely vanquish my bad mood. Or I can be, just generally sad or upset and put on some music and just reach a state of normalcy or a sense of feeling better about my situation. Music is a very powerful and motivational thing, and from it, a lot of emotions ensue. But again, when it comes back to people trying to tell you how to appreciate it and how to play it, then that's where I get a little sour on the fact that people don't accept the way something is done by a specific person, because everybody's an individual and does things in their own way. So again, I love music and I do like playing music, but when you try to say there's a straight and narrow way and path for you to pursue music through, that's where I get sour about it. It could be me being rebellious, but at the same time, I think that's a fair stance or statement to stand upon. The fact that you don't want to be the by the book person, because not all things done by the book are done properly or efficiently or just the way it pertains to the individual. So I will always love music, but it's always going to be a gray area when another person's opinion or another person's influence on my thought process and knowledge and learning process of music questions my own. And that's the reasons I love and hate music, which puts me in this gray state. Other than that, I am just a general human being. If you like the video, like it, leave a comment. If you want to talk about ways music affects you, the ways you learn how to play music or produce music, and just generally leave a song that you like, that you want me to listen to, and its generalness, and just experience this beautiful art form as well, or see it a little bit from your perspective. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. See ya.